Hello, everybody. And I'd like to thank the AIS for allowing me for this wonderful platform today. My talk is on CCT. Is it an important tool? Okay, so 1,000 known enemies are better than one unknown enemy. And as we know, and as how Dr. Shiraz just spoke, that how GAT is one of the most important and the best way of measuring the pressures. So first of all, what are the risk factors of glaucoma? We all know that it has many risk factors such as age, race, sex, refractive error, systemic disease, trauma, intraocular pressure, family history, and corneal thickness. So what is the importance of corneal thickness? Why do we need to know the corneal thickness of every glaucoma patient? Corneal thickness is important because it can mask an accurate reading of the eye pressure. Actual intraocular pressure may be underestimated in patients with thinner central corneal thickness and overestimated in patients with thicker central corneal thickness. There have been many studies which have shown the same, and that corneal thickness measurements seen in the management of primary open angle glaucomas. There's a strong evidence that measuring CCT is an important component of complete ocular examination, particularly those who are getting tested for POAG. There are many other studies that have shown that it has to be implemented as a routine for the measurement of all patients having glaucoma. Now, why is it important? It is important because a thin cornea, okay, can be a danger of misreading eye pressures. Many times, patients with thin corneas, less than 550, show artificially low IOP readings. This is dangerous because if actual IOP is higher than the reading shows, the patient may be at risk for developing glaucoma. So, if it is left untreated, higher IOPs can lead to glaucoma and visual loss. Whereas a thicker cornea, patients who have a thick cornea more than 550. This means their pressures is actually lower than what it is thought, and that their risk of developing glaucoma is low. And they may land up in getting treated even if they are not required. Also, there is a possibility that the thinner corneas indicate a more flexible sclera, and that this is the difference in scleral stiffness causing an increased susceptibility of retinal ganglion cells in individuals. There is no question that the corneal thickness affects the likelihood of developing glaucoma, and that this trait is genetic. Corneal thickness is one of the factors in a complex interaction between genetic and environment that contributes to overall risk. So there is a link of gene theory and a corneal thickness, that there is also a controlling thickness that might cause sensitivity and elevated IOP in a population causing this. So I would like to talk about this case who came to me, 37 years old female, first time 5 years back. No family history of glaucoma, refractive error is also not very high. First time she came with the pressures of 28 and 26, fundus normal, gonio narrow angle, no synechiae, very thin corneas, a very thin corneal thickness,
You have 1 minute left.
which is now my point is that she has an extremely thin cornea and rest the pressures were under control. She's on high drops. Now thin corneas means I had an add of +4. Now she's at a 23, 24. Everything else is normal. She's already on three drops. That's where I feel that CCT is also very important for us to understand what we should aim as our target pressure. So it does have its own limitations, okay, but advantages are that it is a really CCT to measure a pachymetry is a very easy tool. It's not consuming, it's not expensive, and is very important when deciding target IOP. And also, it has been suggested as a glaucoma risk factor. So I'd like to summarize that improved understanding of central corneal thickness and biometry properties may someday lead to a better understanding of glaucoma risk and assessment. Thank you so much.